Well, hello and thank you for joining me for another iTWire video and Alex on Tech video. I have with me today Yury Namestnikov. Hopefully I said that correctly.
Yes, you are.
You're the head of research in Russia for GREAT. You can remind us what that stands for, and welcome to the program.
Thank you. So what is GREAT stands for? It's a global research and analysis team.
Yeah.
So our main goal is to dig deeper and to find all the interesting malware we have in the world. If something is attacking factories, banks, or really sophisticated, it's our job to investigate it and to protect people. We improve our technologies and helps developers to make their job better.
Now I'm sure every day is an exciting day. There's different things happening. I mean, some days must be similar, but what might an average day be like? Do alarms go off when you've, like in the movies when you find something, or let's just give us a picture.
It's quite different from hacker movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
you don't have the things shining off your face,
Yeah. Everything looks so very dull.
Yeah. Dull.
Because we're just looking into our monitors and.
But there must be some excitement when somebody finds something. It's like, we've never seen this before. Everyone crowds around to.
But in such cases, colleagues come to you and may help you, or may just make your life easier. And for me, I'm managing a team, so my primary job is to make their life easier. So I help them with tools, I help them to find sources of information, so on and so on. And there is no real managers in our team. We all do technical stuff, so we doing research by ourselves. We do financial research, APT research, and so on. Unfortunately, there is no such alarm as you mentioned.
I was,
But it's a good idea.
Using a poetic license, yeah. So look, I know we're short on time, but what was the short version of your speech about today? I have recorded it all in full, and I'll make it available alongside this video so people can watch it. But what's the short version?
So to sum up what I've been talking about. In 2017, we've seen a tectonic shift in APT actors' behavior.
Advanced persistent threats
behavior. They start to use financial attacks. They start attacking banks, Bitcoin exchange, or ATMs, all this stuff.
I mean, we've seen this over the past few years anyway, but what you're saying is it's really accelerated this year.
Yeah, and it was these attacks were coming from cyber criminals. Now the same attacks comes from nation-state sponsored actors, and they found in such way they found their cyber offensive operations, and also we've seen that some actors, APT actors, they mask their activity as a financial, with a financial intent. They mask their destructive activity, which the main goal is to disrupt IT systems. And all the people think that they want some money, but they didn't implement even decryption routines. That means that the main goal was to disrupt systems.
And this, I think you were giving the example of how in the Ukraine, the attack against companies using a particular Ukrainian piece of accounting software was using the same sort of exploits as in WannaCry, but there was no decryption. So this was, as you were saying, to really destroy computers. It's a real malicious intent, and with the only way back being to wipe and restore if you have backups.
Yes, even if you have no backups, no way to restore, and even if you pay money, you wouldn't be able to restore anything.
Now, I know that you're in Russia, but we're here in the Asia Pacific. But have you noticed any of this activity in Australia? Are you doing anything, or are you leaving that sort of research to the APAC version of your team?
We have regional researchers, including in Australia, and better to raise this question to them. But yes, we see a lot of APT activity in Australia, and also some ATM related activity. So be careful. Yeah, but I think Nushin will
I'll be
give
speaking
you all
to her. Yeah, she's the Australian researcher. Now, one of the things that is happening in Australia early in 2018 is a thing called mandatory data disclosure laws, which is where a company has been breached, they've been hacked. And in Australia, if that's happened to you, you don't have to tell anybody that you've been hacked, which of course is terrible if you're worried about cybersecurity. So are those laws in place in Russia, for example, and in other parts of the world, like in the US, where they have these? I mean, have you seen company behaviour shift where countries have implemented those laws or not?
So in countries where they implemented these laws, yes, there are a huge shift in behavior of the companies because
their reputation is at risk. Yeah.
Yes.
Are those laws in Russia?
They are in process of implementing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not obligatory right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, some companies they publish such information because it's there is a reputational risk, especially in financial sector, because if your customers' database got breached, it means that all your customers need to change your personal data, passwords, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's better to protect them than to lose money.
Absolutely. How do you think cybersecurity will evolve over the next decade? I mean, you do this, you live and breathe it every day, but any ideas? Looking in the crystal ball.
Okay. A bit tough question because each year we see something new. In a decade, first thing is IoT stuff. Like right now we see attacks from IoT stuff like routers, cameras, all these things. Definitely bad guys will use it more because it's more and more such devices, and they're not protected at all.
Is there a Kaspersky for IoT yet?
There is no Kaspersky for IoT as a
like devices on your network.
But you can use Kaspersky system operating system in your device but you need to implement it in a production line.
Sure.
Yeah, and then it's operating system. It's completely built in a way that it controls everything that happens in your device, you write rules and you define what each company can do and cannot do, and that gives you opportunity to mitigate risks of exploits, vulnerabilities, and so on. Even if they will be found, attackers wouldn't be able to exploit them.
Yeah, well, you'd want to hope so, that's right. So look, one of the questions I like to ask, the second last question is always, what's the best piece of advice that you've received over the years to help you get where you are today?
Best piece of advice that I received personally?
Yeah, from a mentor, a teacher, someone that's helped you, because you're obviously in a good position, helping to save the world, and you must have received some good advice over the years.
Another tough question, but I think there was advice from my boss. He told me that you need to speak to people first, then make a decision.
Yes, very good advice. And so, do you have any final messages to not only iTWire viewers and readers, but to current and future Kaspersky customers?
My message would be careful a bit. Always switch on your head before reading emails and doing social networks, especially, and be protected.
Yury, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.